right, so you found a house, you love it, you put an offer on it, and you have a real estate agent, and you have a mortgage set up, and now you have to get insurance. What do? Well, that's where we come in. You have to have a real estate agent most of the time. You have to have a mortgage most of the time. And what you usually forget about as a secondary thing is home insurance. And I always like to think about it as if like your relationship with your real estate agent and your mortgage person are usually pretty transactional. I'm not saying you're not friends with those people. However, usually you do a deal with them. Once the deal's finished, you move on to the next thing. When you're dealing with insurance, our lifetime average for a client is 7 years. Hopefully we like to keep clients for decades. This doesn't have anything to do with you buying a house. So let's get back to that. You're buying a house. Your mortgage person says, hey, you need to get insurance for this. Talk to so-and-so. Hopefully that's us. If it's someone else, the same process goes in place. And it's going to be either an independent agent, a captive agent, or you're going directly to an insurance company. The insurance agent will do their due diligence. They'll run a quote and get you a quote for the home insurance policy for the year. Hopefully they walk through the quote with you so you understand it. And then after that process, they will send that to the mortgage company and evidence of insurance, and you'll have all of that taken care of at closing. It'll be paid through escrow, and you really don't have a lot to do with it at that point. You usually get an email or a piece of mail that says what your renewal price is about 60 days before your renewal. So if you bought a house on May 15th, then you're going to get that in about March 15th. That's my birthday. Cool, didn't even plan that out. And what you'll see is the price for next year. And if you don't do anything, it'll just renew and you'll be fine for year after year after year. If you see the price being substantially higher or you get a notice of non-renewal, then you kind of will want to take some action on that, especially if it's non-renewal because you won't have insurance at the time of the non-renewal period. So you can check out non-renewals in yesterday's video, but the big thing to keep in mind is that if you're working with a good agent, all you got to do is get a quote and say yes. And if it's just home insurance, it's probably going to be all taken care of. Insurance agent will share that information with the mortgage company. The mortgage company will have that there for closing. At closing, you'll sign some papers, get it all taken care of, and then everything else should be pretty simple. If you have a claim, you talk to your agent. If you have any questions about coverages, you talk to your agent. If you want to look at different prices, at different options, you can talk to your agent if they're independent, or look to a different agent if you're looking for different coverage. So if you work with an independent agent, there's no harm in saying, hey, my price was a little high. Can you mind shopping it at the other carriers to see if there's any better options? Because a good insurance agent will take a look at it every year. Even if they don't run the numbers, they'll take a look at your renewal compared to their kind of book average and make a call whether your price is higher than the average and makes sense to rewrite or requote. And this is just me explaining to you what we do, not what every agency does. So take that with a grain of salt. But I hope that answers any questions you may have when it comes to getting your first home insurance policy. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments of the YouTube video or send us an email and we'd love to take care of it for you. Thanks so much. Super excited you're buying a new house. I'm super pumped for you. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made. And yeah, happy insurance.